All right, guys, we are back. You know what? When the show is going to be good, it's always an issue. And I am Tara T. Stallings. This is actually my podcast, so I decided to go live today simultaneously while I go live on my podcast. Make sure I'm live on my podcast. So I am Tara T. Stallings, counselor, life coach, author, and speaker. I am so happy to be here today. And today it's March the 8th and it's International Women's Day. It is International Women's Day. And this is day 7, a 7-day countdown to my Wise Women Win launch. So I just, it was just perfect today for me to come on live and also do my podcast. Come on my podcast because it is Monday midday. Let's talk Tara. I wanted to talk choose to be. You can be every woman that you choose to be. You don't have to be limited. You don't have to live a life of limitations. You can live, you can be a phenomenal wife, a phenomenal mother, a phenomenal career woman, a phenomenal businesswoman, a phenomenal entrepreneur. You can be a phenomenal woman of God. You can be all of these women. And how do I know that? I can hear people say, I don't know, something's going to go lacking. Nothing has to go lacking. As I've read years ago, I'm going to pull my book out because I had to pull it out years ago. And of course, this is the revised version. I did the modern day Proverbs 31 woman because most women, let me just say that if you've been in church and been in Christendom any amount of time, virtuous woman, the Proverbs 31 woman. You have to be a woman of virtue, be that Proverbs 31 woman. What really is that Proverbs 31 woman? Who is she? So I revised it. I wrote about it in my book, Ladies Let's Talk, Life, Lies, Love, and Relationships. And I did the modern day woman. Even last year, I did a whole Bible study on that Proverbs 31 woman. Who is she? Because I think with being in the church, we hear that virtuous woman, and virtuous means having or showing a high moral standard. A high moral standard. Well, what does that mean? I remember having a conversation with a young lady about standards. She said, well, I have standards, but they change depending on the situation. And I said to me, well, you don't have standards because standards stand alone. They don't change. Your standards are built on your beliefs. And that's what your standards are built on. And if they're changing, that means there's a breach in your beliefs, your morals, and your values. So let's talk about this on this International Women's Day and the day 7 of my countdown. I'm so excited. Wise Women Win coaching group that teaches you that you can be every woman that you choose to be. You can be every woman. Let's talk about that. This Proverbs 31 woman, she was every woman. You guys, I did the study of her, and this woman is a woman that was skilled. She was competent. She was intelligent. She was morally excellent. She was trustworthy. She was reliable. She was a person that could comfort, that needs to be, when it was time to comfort. She was a person that encourages and motivates. She has empathy. She was strong. She was strong, because we talked about that strong woman. She was strong, but she wasn't boastful. She wasn't the time of disparity. This woman was, this Proverb 31 woman. She was busy, always busy, preparing for her purpose, and so that her purpose can function properly. So let's talk about that just for a few minutes. We, especially in this society, we always talk about success, and you heard me talk about success, because I believe that everyone has success built into them. They are purposed to live a successful life, but it's not automatic. You're just not going to live a successful life if you don't do something to bring out the success that's in you. You can't be successful until first you have to find and answer the question, who am I here, and what's my purpose? If you don't know your purpose, you will never have true success. You may have things and stuff, may have a lot of money, might have financial success, but you won't have true success. You may even have financial success, family success, but personally, you feel like a failure. You feel like you haven't accomplished anything. So personal success starts with personal success. To have complete universal success in life, you have to start with personal success. Personal success starts with understanding your purpose and living your purpose. Because this, and I want to say that it's not enough to know your purpose. A lot of people know what their purpose is, but they refuse to live it out. They refuse to do the work so that their purpose. She did just that. She knew her purpose. She found the purpose. She seek God daily. It talks about it that she got up early in the morning to seek God daily, to feed her spiritually for her day. Now, and I'm guilty of this also for years. Especially when somebody started talking about that Proverbs 31 woman. Yeah, I'm a virtuous woman. I wasn't virtuous at that time. I was just using those words. I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. Didn't even know what a Proverbs 31 woman was until I did the study. We can talk about a lot of things and don't know what we're talking about. We just have lip service and no action behind it. Well, this woman was a CEO. She had land, she had businesses, she had people that worked for her, she had real estate, she bought linen and spices from other places and did trade. So she had a lot going on. She wasn't, husband looked up to her. Her husband trusted and relied on her opinion and her abilities. She was skillful because she was a woman that once seek God daily for her purpose, and she lived it out. She was a woman that fed herself continually with development, training, developing herself physically, mentally, spiritually. So I want to stop there for a minute, because sometimes we think because we go through some training or we go, maybe in the ministry, because she was in the ministry. She fed her. She had handmaidens, the word of God said. She had handmaidens that she had to teach, to pour into. She was a person that her society, her net of friends, they looked up to her. They looked up to her. She was and I was talking about this a little while ago. She was that mother in the church that everybody could go to. We don't talk about that anymore, that mothers in the church. Woman that she was purposeful with her purpose. Listen, she was purposeful with her purpose. How many of us, we're doing things. We have all these visions and goals, but we never live our purpose. So often I have counseled and coached. Well, I've coached, not counseled those. I've coached women that were living their life to please others, to live up to the standards of what mom or dad or auntie or society assumed them to be. Oh, you need to be a doctor, or you need to be a lawyer, or you need to be a teacher. And that's not who they wanted to be. That wasn't really in their purpose. Could they do it and do it well? Yeah. Yeah, anything that you are trained at, you develop yourself in doing, you can do it well, but it doesn't mean that it's who you are purposed to be. It does not. They have beautiful voices. They have beautiful voices, but they were not purposed to be singers. They were not purposed to be a singer, a superstar singer. They were not purposed for that. They're just because you can do something doesn't mean, oh, you need to be, on stage somewhere. It doesn't mean that. That's not what it means. So you have to seek God for your purpose. You have to surround yourself. As I was writing my notes, this Proverbs 31 woman, she surrounded herself with positive, godly people. Now, I want to say something about that, because every good person, every good relationship may not be a God relationship. Every good opportunity may not be a God opportunity. And when I say that, it may not line up with your purpose. If it's a good opportunity versus a God opportunity, because God opportunities and people line up with your purpose, how would you know? How would you know if the difference between a good person and a God person that's for your purpose, if you don't know your purpose? Something to make you go, Something to make you go, You have to know your purpose. I learned years ago, many years ago, that everything that I do, every person that I encounter, every conversation that I have, it teaches me something. It matters. Everything matters. When I say everything matters, everything matters. Everything matters. Yes, because sometimes we open up gateways, and I know I'm on a little spiritual today. We open by things conversation that we have, by things that we watch, things that we do. We open up ungodly gateways that not just affect ourselves, but it affects the people and things around us. So we have to be very, 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 very careful. The conversations, the things that we do. Ironically, I was reading the scripture this morning. I was reading in Ephesians 4:16 and down, and I was having a conversation on Saturday while I worked in my salon. Many of you don't know that even though I am a counselor, a life coach, an author and a speaker, I'm also a licensed master cosmetologist, and I've been that for over 30 years, and I own my hair salon, and I still work there 2 days a week. So was having a conversation my yeah, there it is. I want to make sure my internet came back on. I got convicted this morning about making sure that I'm mindful of the conversations that I have, to make sure they're godly conversations. What didn't hurt anybody, but I have to make sure for me, because, and I'm talking about being that every woman that I choose to be. I choose to be every woman. I choose to be the woman of God. I choose to be the businesswoman. I choose to be the wife. Well, I'm not married anymore, but I'm still working on if I want to be married. but I choose to be the woman that can be impactful, empowering around me. I choose to be that woman. So even with that, I got convicted because I was having a conversation. It was funny, it was really funny, and it was harmful. I mean, it was harmless. The conversation was harmless, but even in those things that are harmless, we have to be careful to make sure that the harmless things that seemingly harmless are edifying the God that we say we serve, and also our purpose, and also our purpose. I try to live my life with purpose, on purpose, every day. I don't just coach and counsel when I'm working with clients. I'm trying to be who I am every day. Now, do I have a silly side? Yes, because I love to laugh. And Saturday I was laughing. It was funny. I love to laugh. I have a really, really silly side to laugh. But even in that, and laughter is good for your soul. But I have to be careful and mindful of the conversations and who I'm around, so that I can always display and have an opportunity to live out my purpose with everyone that I'm around. So let's keep going. That Proverbs 31 woman, it's International Women's Day. She was strong. She surrounded herself around positive people. Positive people are not always godly people. So we have to be mindful to make sure we know who that person is. She was strong. She was fearful in challenging times, because she had already stored up for herself and her family the necessary elements to conquer them all. So, see, you have to store up in your mindset, in your finances. When you say, hey, you got to save for the rainy day, you have to store up emotionally, store up spiritually, store up financially. Stunting times come up, you already have an abundance in your bank. If it's emotional, if it's finances, if it's spiritual, you have an emotional bank that's full and overflowing that you can pull from when you're not being able to deposit, when challenges come. We have to learn that. We have to learn that, hey, we have to store up now. So when the storm comes, we're prepared for it. We are prepared for it. Success, to achieve total success, and I said that in your life, you must have personal success. You must have personal success. Listen, I'm going to share this with you. Like I said, it is International Women's Day. This is my Wise Women Win launch. I teach you how to achieve total success in every area of your life: financial, spiritual, emotional, relational, mental health, every area of your life. But it all starts with you. If you don't achieve personal success, what is personal success? Walking in integrity, emotional stability, spiritual stability, awareness of your personality traits and triggers. I'm going to say that again. Be aware of your personality traits and your triggers. Because everyone has a different personality, but you have personality traits and you have triggers. And to live a life of win-win instead of lose-win and win-lose. Win-win is this: you're able to be empathetic when you need to be empathetic. You're able to be firm when you need to be firm, so that whatever you do, that you win, and the person that you dealing with, that they win. You have to compromise. Sometimes you have to compromise, but you want to make sure that you have a life that win-win. Because if you win and they lose, you got a win-lose situation. If they lose and you win, you got a lose-win situation. So you want to make sure that every encounter, you have a win-win situation. You know, we talked about on Melody Manning and I, but inspired by Melody, and our talk show, Talk Therapy, we talked about that strong woman. And someone said, hey, strong to me amplifies being weak. And that's something that society has placed on women, that if you are weak, that you're not strong. When you give in, you're not strong. If you're empathetic, that you're not strong. And that's so far from the truth. You have to be strong as a lion and meek as a lamb. You have to have that balance. You have to know when to be assertive, when to stand your ground, but you have to know when to be vulnerable, when to show life where you have a win-win life, not lifestyle, but life. And I teach women this. So listen, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I invite you guys to join my Wise Women Win coaching group. It's 2 different membership. It's a 6-month commitment, weekly coaching, live coaching that's recorded, weekly emails, a live access to a Facebook group where you have 24/7 access to ask questions and get them answered, and so much more. I don't have my t-shirt on today, and I don't have my journal, but you get a t-shirt. Wise Women. For the premium membership, you get a bi-weekly call to action call and a weekly business call. Well, it's a monthly business call where you have experts. It's not just me coaching. I have experts. I have actually later on this week on Wednesday, I'm going to have one of my experts that's going to be on sharing. She's from Indiana, great woman that's been teaching women how to, and business women in general, how to properly understand their taxes, how to file them, what they can file and what they can't file. So anything that has to do with taxes, she's going to talk about that and show you how to deal with budgeting and all types of great things. So I'll have her on later this week. But I invite you guys, I'm going to put the link in there. Or you can go to my website at TaraTStallinsinc.com, Wise /women/win, or just go to that link in course and you can sign up for it. But look, the launch is Monday. The launch is Monday, and I'm offering if you register before the launch discount, the memberships are $49.99 and $99.99 monthly. But if you register to win, register before the launch, you get 20% off with WIN 2020. That's the code. I'll put the code in there. So listen, you guys, today, but I'll be back on tomorrow. I thought I was going to be on this weekend, but hey, it was busy. It was so busy. But this is countdown to win. Wise Women Win. The launch is next Monday, the 15th. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So listen, you guys, have a great day. It's International Women's Day. Do something. Call a woman that has impacted your life and tell them how great they are, how much you appreciate them. Do something nice. Do something. Celebrate this day. It's International Women's Day. It's international. And guess what? You can be every woman that you choose to be. You choose to be. There is no limitations. There is no limitation. This is Tara T. Stallings. This is Monday. Until next week. Until next week. Hey, you guys that's listening, watching me live. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 6. 6 days. 6 days left until the countdown. Have a great rest of the day.
You have been listening to Let's Talk with Tara. We hope you've enjoyed the show.